Hi, this is Dave, Fell Running Guide. Welcome to this week's map reading task. This week we're in the fantastic remote Peak District, and I simply want to know where was the photograph taken, what features are we looking at. The map that we're using this week is the Ordnance Survey 1 to 50,000. So somewhere on there is the feature and the photograph location. So let's have a look at the photo. What are we looking at? Well, we're looking down an immediate steep slope. Immediately ahead of me, the ground drops away very steeply down into the valley bottom, and I'm looking straight along the valley there. Looks like the stream is down here to my left, bending around at this point here, and another stream or gully or re-entrance down in the bottom here. If we just look on this hillside here, you can see all these lines going around. That gives us an indication of this ridge coming down here and the change of direction of the stream in the bottom. So imagine these as being contour lines curving around. Then as we look further on along the valley, we can see we've got an obvious stream draining in down on the left there, and then the main stream in the valley bottom disappears out of sight. We've got a 90-degree bend about this point here, and we've also, looks like there's another stream coming in here with this other ridge area here between this stream and this stream. Note how steep the valley is on the opposite side there. And then if we look on this side of the valley, maybe not quite as steep on this right hand side. Coming back towards us, we see the ground flattens off at the top there, and then eventually we get to this stream, or we can imagine there's a stream in there. Also looks like we've got this path coming along, contouring along the hillside and in to this big gully stream re-entrance or whatever it is here. So can we see any of those features on the map? Well, there are quite a few possible locations where we could be, so let's just have a think about some of these. So could we be at this circle here looking upstream with the bend round to the right there? That's one option. Could we be at this point here looking much further along the valley up to this area here, grains in the water where the river then swings around up to the right there? Could we be here with Ravensclough below us to the right, looking down, and then the valley swinging away to our right as we looked there? Or even the opposite of that, looking the other way up towards Ravensclough, and then the valley swinging away to the right. So these are all suggestions that I had on social media. There's a few others as well, but let's have a think about these. So the first thing we might want to think about is, are we looking upstream or downstream? I think it's quite hard to work out the gradient from the photograph to know whether this stream is draining down towards the camera or away from us. What we could do is try and look for the actual stream itself, and it helps if we zoom in here. So if I zoom in now, you can see this little bit of white water and other little bits of white, so that implies that the stream is flowing down towards us and over the rocks. If it's flowing the other way, the little drop where the stream goes down into with the white water would be facing away from us and we wouldn't see it. So that's just one thing that we could think about. So if we go back to the map, we have to be looking upstream. So we couldn't be at this location here looking eastwards, because we would be looking downstream. So it can't be there. What about here? Could we be looking westwards or west-northwestwards along here, past Ravensclough on the left and along up to here? Well, a couple of things. We may possibly see this track below us if we were there, but even if that was sort of in dead ground that we couldn't see, surely we would see at the end of the valley this very distinctive Y-shaped feature with the discernible kink in the contours there. That would be right at the head of the valley, and if we look on the map, if we look on the photo, we can't see that at all. So we can see one stream here and another stream here, but there's no big Y-shaped stream in there. And also we're looking directly along a straight valley that then goes into a curve at the end. So if we're looking from here up, we have a straight valley, but then it doesn't go into a 90-degree curve there. It's a gentle curve with only one stream coming in. So that doesn't really work. What about these locations down here? Could we be at this one looking upstream? We've got a stream coming into our right, a bend just in front of us with the contours kinking round in a C shape or backwards C shape. Stream coming in on the left, and then the stream bends round to the right. But again, we've got a complex of streams here, and look how wide the contours are at this point here, going up the opposite hillside. Didn't look like that on the photograph. The photo shows two streams close together and then a very steep bank opposite, all the way from top right down to the valley bottom. There's no slackening of the contours in there. So could we be here looking upstream? There's the contours kinking away or curving away in a backward C. We've got a stream coming in down on our right in front of us, and then we've got one stream coming in just before the bend and another stream coming in at the bend. So that gives us stream, bend, first stream coming in at the bend, second stream coming in just after the bend, and the main stream swinging around to our right. That fits. What about this path though? That's not shown on the map. We can't see that. So we'd expect to see it halfway up this hillside here, maybe where that bold index contour is, and it isn't there. Well, so what? Ordnance Survey don't map absolutely every path that's shown on the ground. That might be just a sheep track that very few people walk on, and it's simply not mapped. So we always look at the shape of the ground and the permanent features first before we look at any paths. The photo location, some people suggested I might have taken it from the trig point, but look at the contours at the trig point, widely spaced, indicating flat or gently sloping ground. It's fairly gently sloping all the way down to here, and the photo shows me stood almost immediately above a very steep slope. Just to the left there, looks like the ground drops away, and I'm looking straight up there. So I was stood just on the steepening of the ground there. So that was the answer this week. Maybe a bit harder than recent weeks. I know lots of wrong answers on the social media comments, but lots of right ones as well. So well done if you got it right, and if you didn't, I hope you can now see what you did wrong. But thanks for watching. Look out for next week's map reading task. Bye for now.